Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about an important topic, Cyclone Jawad. Cyclone Jawad has hit the east coast of India. Those states are Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Let us know detailedly what are the cyclones and how it has happened and what is the reasons for occurring of these cyclones, how it is formed. Let us know what are the conditions first for the occurrence of these cyclones. Cyclones, there are two types. One is tropical cyclones and temperate cyclones. The cyclones which are occurring in the tropical regions are called as tropical cyclones, whereas the cyclones which are occurring in temperate regions are called as temperate cyclones. What are the conditions favorable for tropical cyclones? First, it should have large sea surface with temperature higher than 27 degrees. Second, presence of Coriolis force. Third, small variation in the vertical wind speed. Fourth, weak low pressure area, a pre-existing weak low pressure area. And fifth is upper divergence above the sea level system. Now, first one is sea surface area with temperature higher than 27 degrees Celsius. In this diagram, we can see the equator receives maximum amount of sunlight, whereas the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn also receives most of the sunlight. As there is no Coriolis force in the equator, we do not get any cyclones in the equatorial region. This is one of the major reasons why the equatorial regions do not get any cyclones, whereas tropical regions have maximum amount of cyclones every year. So the sunlight makes the water bodies warmer, causing the low pressure areas to be created and resulting in the cyclones. Now, the second is Coriolis force. Coriolis force is nothing but it's kind of frictionless force which deflects object in the according to the Earth's rotation. In the northern hemisphere, the object deflects towards the right, and in the southern hemisphere, it deflects towards the left. So, this Coriolis force causes the water bodies and cause the currents and also causes the cyclones to occur. Now, this Coriolis force causes the warmer current water bodies warmer, and the water currents which we are seeing, the warm currents and cold currents are also the they are also one of the reasons for forming because of this Coriolis force. We are also having high pressure area and low pressure area on the earth. Near the equator, due to the warmer water bodies, we have low pressure areas. Once we move away from the tropical regions, we have temperate regions which are high pressure areas. So these tropical regions are low pressure areas. That's why we see maximum amount of cyclones here. Now, how this occurs? What is the movement of air? Let us see in detail. Let's say the water here, the water, warm water. On the oceans, we see here the water during summer season or whenever the sunlight is more immense, the water becomes warm. It forms warmer water. It rises and becomes water vapor. The water vapor rises and it condenses and it forms clouds. And later it becomes lighter into the atmosphere, and as a result we have rained. If the warmer air continues to rise with moisture from the ocean, then it creates more wind, then the cyclones are formed. This is the process of it. the in the sea, this is a sea. Here the water, as there is a water body, there is a cool air. And on the land, as there is only land, there is no water, there is the air will be warm. This warm air moves to the sea, and here the warm air becomes into cool air, it condenses into cool air. And on the sea, above the sea, we have high pressure area. This high pressure area, if as we know, the movement of the air is from high pressure to low pressure area. So the cool air moves from the high pressure zone to lower pressure zone. This process keeps on moving. This continues, it results in the formation of clouds. And the clouds, it evaporates up, and it becomes intense, and it grasps all the cool air surrounding it, and it takes the form of wind. It becomes like this. It takes the form of this. It makes a structure like a thing that is called as middle. In the middle, it is called as eyeball. And with the help of Coriolis' force, this spiral bands, as the air takes the shape of spiral bands, and it moves upwards. It moves upward, and it disperses the hot air in anti-clockwise direction like this. The hot air rises, that is from here in this position, the hot air rises, and it becomes like this, and it carries the hot air, and it forms clouds, and the hot air is carried along with it, carrying the moisture along with it. So when it along with the wind, when the moisture is carrying, this is called as cyclone. This cyclone is very high, and sometimes it goes up to 300 to 400 miles a day, and sometimes it becomes very violent. Sometimes it is very average, sometimes it is in medium. There are different types of cyclones, that is medium, average, and heavy violent storms, which we call, depending on the speed of the wind on it is whichever it is going. So, depending on the speed of the wind, it destructs. It hits the coastal areas, and it causes much of the destruction. If the speed is less, it causes less amount of destruction. So, um, so as long as the moisture is carried along with the wind, we will have a rainfall. When the moisture ends, when the moisture is over, then the cyclone gets over. The cyclone subsides. This is the structure. This is how the cyclone occurs. In southern hemisphere, the cyclone is in anti-clockwise direction. In northern hemisphere, sorry, in southern hemisphere it is clockwise, and in northern hemisphere is this anti-clockwise direction. And what are the process? What we can do when the cyclone occurs? We can inform the people who are living nearby the seas in prior, so that they can move to other areas, safer areas, and the government can provide even cyclone shelters till the cyclone subsides. The people who can stay over there, and we can also have some structures which is uh, capable of resistant of all these things, which is wind resistance or water resistance. And we can also taught we can also this can also be taught in the schools and colleges, especially for the people who are living in the local areas. They have to be taught how to survive, how to protect themselves during this period, during the cyclones. That's all for today. If you like my channel, please share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.